Okay.
Okay, carry on.
Okay.
So we're here on our third
Uh,
appointment.
uh,
It's
okay.
becoming
Okay. Perfect.
a regular Tuesday evening appointment, and we moving, we moving forward, exploring traditional Chinese medicine, and don't get too worried about the amount of information at the moment. Everything will be coming into place, as we move along. It's like the pieces of a puzzle, and then from the theory, then we will see how to apply theory with clients, and because theory is very interesting, but well, if you cannot use it, it's not really of any use to us, so I mean, theory is also there to make things more um, meaningful in a way, but also, it's also there to make things more interesting also, because if we just reduce our work to just giving pressure, the danger is that it becomes very mechanical. We just do the same things all the time, which is it's okay. I mean, it has some use, but if we can apply some theory, it becomes much more interesting. And also, it depends. I mean, it evolves our way of understanding nature and human beings, and how, they interrelate with everything else in the universe. So it's a very, very interesting journey. But slowly you will see how that comes into more practical usage, more practical understanding. That it doesn't just stay as a theory, but we can actually apply on the people during our treatments. In the way we diagnose people, in the way we devise the procedure of treatment, the best possible procedure of treatment. So that's, it becomes very, very interesting. Okay. It's, of course, I mean, it's a vast, um, it's a vast, understanding. It's a vast body of philosophy and medicine, just very, very large knowledge. We can delve into it and just get what we need, basically. You know, we will use like a concentrated traditional Chinese medicine to apply to the shiatsu. I mean, because we are not doing acupuncture, we are not doing herbs, we are not doing other things. We just simply give shiatsu and apply pressure. It's a very kind of easy, in brackets, easy, easy way to relate to someone else's, but also, the theory will make it more like round, more complete. Okay. Hand it over to you, Sabrina.
Okay. Okay. Before to start, I want to do I think I want to explain, or I try to explain you why it's important, for example, to know the five movement. Okay, last week we saw the five movement, and you can see what I can do with this element. What's why they are important. Okay, we try to with the hood movement. Do you remember? The organ was the liver, and the visceral was the gallbladder. Okay? Do you remember this? Okay. When we speak about hood, we have to remember that we are speaking about a station. This is the spring, okay? But what means spring? Why it's important? Because the spring means growing energy, and it's the energy of the movement, okay? So in this element, it's very important, the movement. So what means? It means that a person with this characteristic, sorry, has a person which need to move a lot. Okay, but and then she's a person which thinks how you say project a lot, because this is the characteristic of the element. We know that the emotion is the anger, but you have to think that the anger is not only a bad anger, but it's a moving, it's an energy that help you to come up, to growing. Okay, it's the energy of the seed to come up from the earth to become a tree. So it's not bad. It becomes bad when the element is not in balance. There is another thing that we have to see in the element, the direction of the energy of the chi. In this case, for example, the chi, if you remember, go up in every direction. Okay, so what there is in the body? There is a up, there is the shoulder, there is the neck, there is the head. Okay, so if we have too much energy, this become in the neck, in the shoulder, in the head, and give some problems. For example, we have the neck, blocked neck, like it's happened. Okay, and for example, sometimes can happen that after an intensive anger, your neck is completely blocked. But why this? Because if we try to see the root of the meridian of the liver, the outside root is in the legs and arrive in the thorax, but the inside part of the meridian arrive to the neck and then in the head. Okay, so it's important to understand which is the characteristic of the element to understand what is happened. Then, if you remember, there are other quality. For example, the taste. We saw the taste, the flavors of the wood is acid. Normal acid is good for the liver because nourish the liver. The problem is if the liver works too much. In this case, the acid become a lot because the how you say he try to nourish more the liver, so there is an excess of acid. Okay, but normal is okay. This happens when the element is in stress, is overpressing. Okay, because each element overpressing, it's what happened, it's a flower become more to compensation, sorry, this imbalance. Okay, so this is a characteristic that can tell you that there is some problem in this movement. Okay, so it's important to understand these things. And of course, if this condition persists, it's become very dangerous. Okay. Then, okay, yes, we saw that the wood Hood, what means? It's a spring, it's movement, and the power of the liver go in all the body, go up, and movement change, and the chief flow everywhere, which is the heaven um, movement that can characterize these things is the wind. The wind can create movement, okay, create flow of the chi. So the hood, the wind characterize the hood. What means this? A person which has problem in this movement in the hood maybe doesn't like the wind. The wind for her it can be a very problem. So this is a characteristic that can tell you that there are some problem in this element. Is okay? Have you understand? Is okay? Perfect. Then another things, of course, that we saw is that the wood.
Aspetta un attimo.
Dimmi.
Did you understand? Did you understand all this part? Because so in each element we have a predominant taste. Okay. So for the wood, it's kind of acidic. Okay. So that means sometimes, like let's say you have an imbalance, you can use some kind of acidic food because if you use a little of acidic food, like pickles and things like that, or vinegar a little bit, it will tonify that element. But also, if you eat too much, you have the opposite effect. But also, an imbalance in the movement in the elements can create some kind of acid in the body. So you may have acid taste, like a acid, in the tissues, that kind of thing. But also in each element we have an external pathogenic kind of thing, elements. So wind affects the liver. In fact, I mean, when you are in a windy place, if you have experience at the beginning, you feel okay, but then after a few hours, after 1 day, 2 days, you get really erratic. You get really nervous because wind really kind of moves, and stirs the energy in the liver and the gallbladder, which makes, nervousness or restlessness. It's one of the particular aspects of these elements. And so you get really kind of erratic. Okay. So because you have to understand it's a kind of philosophy. So we say we have wind and heat and humid and cold and things affecting us as external pathogenic. You know, so you have to take it more like an philosophical ideas. Okay, but it also has some kind of application because when you are in a very windy place like sometime in Greece, like you have 2 or 3 days of very strong wind, you're going crazy, like, oh, you want to stay indoors. I mean, you don't want to stay outside. That's the idea. Okay, thank you.
Then there is the color. Okay, we say that the color of the wood is green. Okay, so what, for example, what this means? If you have the area of the skin around the eyes, it's not green. You say verde acido, non so come si
Yeah,
dice.
the area around the eyes, like
Yes.
bottle
Not,
green
yeah,
or rotted vegetable green, kind of. It's an underlining. I mean, it's not that you get green, it's like almost under the skin you get like a
yeah,
tone of
yeah.
greenish thing.
But it's different from the, you can say, the black relative to the water. Okay, in this case, it means that there are some problems to the liver. Why? Because the area around the ice, sorry, is called window of the internal organs. So here you can read if there are some problem and where the problems is. Okay, because the skin here is very thin, so you can the blood change the color of the skin. Okay, now we do an example. We have the hood. Okay, we say that the hood is for example, is not in balance. What means this? There can be two different conditions. It's not in balance because there is not enough energy, or there is too much energy. Okay, so which is the difference between one and the other? In case of not enough energy, we have a fatigue, indecision, stiffness, okay? But if there is too much energy, we have anger, tension, and mental, for example, mental hyperactivity, okay? It's different, the aspect of the imbalance. Okay, now why this happen? Okay, for example, if there is not enough energy, we can, do you remember the cycle of generating cycle, mother and son? Okay, so maybe if there is not enough energy, maybe there is some problem to the mommy, because the mother doesn't nourish the son. Okay, who is the mother of the hood? The mother of the hood is the water, so it's the kidney. Okay, if there is a problem in the kidney, maybe we have other things like fear or chronic fatigue, or we have, for example, a problem to the low back, because this is the area of the water. Okay, but what happens if there is too much energy? If there is too much energy, this energy arrives to the sun, because the hood is the mom of the fire. Okay, so too much energy arrive to the fire, and this means anger, tension. You have a problem, anxiety. You have problem to your. You have the problem to the pressure, high pressure. Heart beat too much, and so. But if there is not enough, too much energy, maybe is a problem not only for the fire, but maybe there is a problem to the grandfather. Do you remember the control circle? There was the circle, grandfather, nephew. Okay, the grandfather control the nephew. Is okay? Is okay? The grandfather, who is the metal. Okay, so it means the metal has a problem, so can't control the wood. Is okay? So there is problem to the hood. Okay, which
Sorry,
is
Sabrina, is it maybe possible to share a slide so that then we can follow also maybe on this graphic.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay. Yes.
Because I can follow, but then
Yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah.
have it visually, then it's a bit easier, I
We
think,
start
for
with,
me.
yeah, it's slow, sorry. I arrive. Okay. We go to the, okay. Maybe. No. Okay, this is the grandfather nephew, but we start with the other one. When I arrive, sorry, because there are a lot of slides. Okay, here.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, so we are here. Okay, the hood. We say there is a problem to this element. Okay, this element is not enough. Okay, it's not in balance. There is not enough energy. Okay, so what it means? Here there is his mother. Okay, because the water create the metal. Sorry, the wood. Okay, so if there is not enough energy here, what means? This is the sun. When the sun doesn't have energy, when the mommy doesn't give him, okay? So the water has not enough energy to nourish the wood. Is okay? Okay. So maybe there is a problem in the water, but it's not important now. Okay, now what happens if the wood has too much energy? If the wood has too much energy, he invites or he gives too much energy to the fire, the sun. Okay? Because he has too much, so he gives here. The wood, if there is too much wood, of course, the fire becomes very big. You can't control the fire if you have too much wood. Okay? Is okay? So what means this? That there will be some problem with the fire. The fire is the heart. If the heart is in imbalance, you have a problem with the heart. Okay? Is okay, Kato?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
But why there are too much energy here? Maybe because the grandfather, and now we saw the other one, because I don't have the two slides. Okay, because here the metal doesn't control the wood. The metal, you can think the metal like a knife. The knife cut the wood and give another shape. Okay, so when I want to control the wood, I cut because there is too much wood. I cut and I give another shape, a new shape, a balanced shape. Okay? But if I am not so strong, I don't have energy, I can't control the wood. Is okay? Because each element generate and nourish the other one, but control the nephew. Is okay? It's not so difficult. You have to try to play with this. And if you try, then you can understand. It's and I show you another thing. The wood is the grandfather of the heart. Okay? So if we have imbalance here, this imbalance go here too. Is okay? So he can't control, or he control too much the heart. So we have a problem with the heart. The heart, what is the heart? The heart give you stability, give you, it's the mommy, the heart, okay? So yeah, it's the digestion, the stability of the heart. If we have problem with the hood, you lose all this quality of the heart. Okay? Is okay? Okay, so this is a thing that you can use before to start a treatment. If a person come to you, you can make, of course, depression, the kata, everything you want. But if you start to understand that maybe there is a problem to the hood, and because for example, the water can't nourish the hood, maybe you can do pressure in the hood, but in the water too. And you can start to work with the chi of the water to help the hood. Okay? It is okay what I want to say? Any question? Because it's important to understand these things. And you can do this for all the elements. You can do it with the metal. It's the same. You can start to try to play. If you go to read, which is the characteristic of the element, you can understand which kind of problem maybe there is. Because, for example, the metal, the chi go down, go inside. But if the chi stay here and can't go down, you have problem with the breath. Okay? Okay. I think that for the element is enough. What do you think, Massi?
Sì, va bene, andiamo avanti.
Andiamo avanti? Ok. Now we start with a new. Okay. Now we start with the free treasures. And we arrive to the free treasures. Okay, sorry. Okay, 3 treasures. Okay, the first things that you can see is the number 3. Do you remember what 3 means? 1 is the possibility, was the Tao. 2 was the yin and the yang. So the realization. Free is the man. Okay? One is the project. Two, yes, it's possible. Free, yes, we are. So the free is the number, the minimum number necessary to have the life. 5 is the number because this life can stay with the university. Okay? Is okay? So 2 was yin and yang, the fire and the water, and the right condition to have the number 3 in the middle. That was the right condition of the hair, the right condition to live. So 3 is are the substance necessary for the man to live. And in the Chinese book, philosophy book, there is a right that like in the sky, there are 3 treasures, the sun, the moon, and the stars. In the heart, the steam, the water, the fire, and the wind. The wind is necessary because wind is changing, so it's necessary. And then in the man, there are the 3 treasures, because the man, remember, is a microcosm on the macrocosm. Okay, so everything is in the nature are inside the man. Okay, these treasures are called Qi, Jing, and Shan. Today, maybe we saw only the Qi because it's not very easy. Okay, so okay. Yes, here there is right what I told you before about the number 3. Okay. How we can write this number? With this ideogram. This ideogram represents Ren. Ren means man, but generally man. Is this symbol is a man, I say in the not frontal, but visto lateralmente, lateral. It's a lateral man because it's mean
side view.
Okay, inside, because it's means generally man. Okay, if the ideogram for man like person or husband is this. It's the same, but with 2 lines, one here and one here. Okay, because it means a man with the leg and the arm open, and you can see in front. Okay, so this is the difference. And you can see that there is 1, 2, and 3. So 3 parts of the ideogram. Now, in this ideogram, we can put Qi, Shan, and Jing. Now, why there is this different, and I put Shan and Jing in the same place and Qi up? Because there is a very big difference between the 3 elements, that is that the Shan and the Jing can't change. The Jing and the Shan are what the mommy and the father gives you, and they can change, but not very quick. They need a long of time to change. Okay, for example, for the Jing, change every 8 years in the woman and 7 years in the in the man 8, in the woman 7, because the Jing is the material, is the body, okay, and it change when you're growing. The Shen, someone say that they can change. This is what the heaven gives you when you burn, and it's the same for all the life. It can change how you live. So it's not the Shen, but the Shen, how you say, come si chiamano? Le 5 emozioni, 7 sentimenti, which are different. Okay, the Shen.
Five notion and the 7 7 feelings, something like that.
I don't know, because the Shen is what you receive when you burn, and the other one, the 7, you say, how you live in the world.
7 feelings, but I don't think is the right terminology. 7.
Okay, but it's not important. We'll saw later. And but the Qi is quickly, and it changes quickly. Qi is the food. Qi is the breath. We have to breathe every time. We have to eat every day. Okay? So this is the big difference. And what means this? That we can work with the Qi, and our pressure change or try to change the quality and the direction of the Qi, okay? But not the quality of the Jing. Is okay? Everything is okay? In the philosophy, in Chinese philosophy, there is right that the Jing, the Shen are like our, I say, hourglass, okay? When you burn, the mommy and the father give you some sound, which is in the hourglass. And when you burn, the hourglass start its turn, and the sun started to go down. Okay? It's okay. You have only this. And how many times need to finish this sound, it depends of our kind of life. Okay? But you can use fast this Jing, but you can't not improve it. Is okay? Okay. So, G. Okay, I put here because this is too small and I can't read. Okay. Now, to understand what Qi means, we try to read the ideogram, okay? Okay, what there is here? This ideogram, Qi, is divided into 3 parts, okay? This means clouds. These clouds are condensed clouds in the heaven, okay? It's particularly because what mean condensed clouds are in the heaven, are yang. So it means something in which growing inside the yang, okay? Then, this is not important. This is an instrument that old people use to how you say, to open the rice, okay? And then there is this one. Now we go to see. Okay, this is the center part, okay, is an instrument. And then here there are 5 rice, okay? So yes, 5 rice. Do you remember what we said the first lesson? The number 4 was the number of the direction, okay? Rice. Why rice? Rice because the old Chinese people in the history use the rice like basic food. It's important for them, okay? So this means food, but not only. It means something very precious, okay? Something that gives you the life, okay? So if we translate all, okay, what it means? It means something very steam, which the vapor of steam, which become from cooking rice. Okay. I want to say you, I think, steam, vapor steam. Vapor steam is something very strong. It's not only vapor and so. If you think to the, how you call steam train, they use the steam to go. So steam is very strong. It's something very, very strong. Okay.
Steam is energy.
Yes, it's very good energy. Okay. And there is another thing. Do you remember the first or the second? Now I don't remember. No, when we saw the number 3, I told you that the number 3 was 3 lines, and that the old ideogram of chi was like 3, because 3 represent the man. The chi represents the man. The man has inside the chi, is made by chi, okay? Okay. We can divide the chi into 2 big into 2 different kind of chi. The one is congenital chi. The other one is acquired chi. What it means? I told you before that when you burn, the parents give you something precious. He gave you the jing, the shen, but the chi too. This chi becomes from the jing that your parents gives to you when you burn. Okay, at the moment of the conception. Okay, the acquired chi, sorry, is the chi that you can bring with food, with breath, and so. So you can have this chi after the birth. Okay, it's very different because you can, of course, aumentare. This chi can change. Maybe you can have more or less and increase, or decrease this chi, but not the other one. Okay. In fact, we work with this kind of chi. Okay. This is what I told you before. It's origin from the parents at the moment of the conception. Okay. It's important because it's at the base of the constitution and the vitality of each individual. It characterizes each one. Okay. And he have some function which is give you the longevity and support the development, and but we saw all this. Okay. The acquired, the postnatal chi is the chi that become from the nourishment before the breath, and has a different function in nourish and sustain the body, of course, because we eat for this, produce the blood and other fluids, of course, and provide energy of the movement for the digestion, the respiration, and other activity. Okay, the function of the chi. Okay, when we say we see transformation, what means? The chi is important to transformation the food. There is a particular kind of chi that we saw later. It's the chi of the spleen, but not only the chi of the heart, because the spleen work with the stomach, and they transform the chi, so the food, in material that we need to live. Okay, then the chi is important for the movement, but which movement? All kind of movement. It's the source of voluntary movement, which are, for example, to walk, to speak, to every kind of movement. But it's the source of involuntary movement too. And these are, for example, heartbeat, breath, which you cannot command, you cannot control. Okay? In this movement, there are the mental function too. So it's important for the mental function, like things, for example, remember, like dreams. Okay? Then it's important for the other kind of movement, which are the vital process. Which are this movement? It's the birth, the growing, the aging. So the chi is the source of all this. Okay? Then it's important to containment. This is very, very interesting, because here again there is the chi of the spleen, and keeps the blood into the vessel. If you have problem, for example, in your vessel, you say vene varicose vein.
Yeah,
maybe
varicose.
Okay, maybe you have a chi of the spleen not in balance. It's not enough, okay? Because the chi of the spleen go up to keep all the organs in their position, because the gravity push down the organs. The chi of the spleen help the organs to stay in their position. Okay? Okay, then give a protection because the Wei Qi, it's a kind of Qi, make a protection using the skin. The skin become a child, a protective child, okay? And then there is warming. Why? Because we are man and we are animal with a temperature in the blood. If we don't have the right temperature, we are died, okay? And then another important function is the control. Why? Because the Qi regulated in the direction of all the substance that you need to live. For example, the blood need to go down and then go up, and all the fluid, okay? Okay, and these are the principal function of the Qi, okay? So the Qi is very, very important because without Qi, we can't live, okay? Then there are a lot of different kind of Qi. For example, there are the Qi of the organs. Before I told you the Qi of the spleen help the organs to come up to stay in their position, okay? Each organ has its Qi, which make a different function. For example, we saw the Qi of the liver, which help us to flow in all direction. It's going in all direction, so it help us to growing, okay? The Qi of the heart. The Qi of the heart is important for the direction of the blood. It's important because you have to go down with the blood, and it's have to diffuses in all the part of the body. For example, if there is a disharmony of this Qi, you can have agitation, insomnia, palpitation, okay? Then we just speak about the spleen. Then there is the lung. The lung Qi is a Qi which go down. And for example, if this Qi go in the wrong direction, it's called Qi Ni in Chinese. It means under, not in the right direction. Come si dice controcorrente? In wrong direction.
Against the tide.
Come?
Against the tide.
Against the tide. Okay. If, for example, the Qi of the lung doesn't go down and stay up, we can have cold, dyspnea, asthma. Okay. The Qi of the kidney, for example, come up and help the Qi of the lung. It catch the Qi of the lung and help the Qi to go down. So it's very important for the breath, for example. Okay. The Qi of the organ so support and of course nourish and preserve the vital substance of every organ. Instead, the Qi of the viscera has the function of transport, transform, and eliminate. In fact, the viscera, for example, are the stomach, which transform, for example, the large intestine, which eliminate. Okay. Here there are only the Qi. This is how you can find the Qi in Chinese. I put only the Qi of the organ because usually are more important than the Qi of of the you say of the viscera. Then there is the chi of the meridian, because the meridian has their chi. Okay. Okay. The first important, I forget here. Okay. The first important type of chi is the gu chi. What means gu chi? Gu chi is the chi which comes from food. If we look the ideogram, we can say here there is means a valley with the grain and cereal. This is the idea of nourishment. Okay, it means something that receive, gathers, nourish. Okay, but when you use gu chi and you use the word food, you must be attention that it's not only the food like what we can eat, but it means the experience, this experience, and nourish us, nourish our mind. Okay, so this is not only what becomes from what we eat, but from the experience too. If we make, I don't know in English, but in Italian, we say that if we stay with the bad person all the day, our blood receive a bad nourish, a poison. Okay, the blood is full of poison. But it's not what we eat, but what we feel. Okay, it's the experience and not the food. So it's very, very important. Okay, who is the response of this gu chi? It's the spleen with the stomach. Okay. The stomach, we say that make the first choose. So the stomach, the meridian of the stomach start in the eyes, because with the eyes we can see a food, but an experience too, and we can decide if it is good for us or not. Okay, we can eat. If the stomach say yes, it is good, this food go to the spleen and then it is transformed. But if the stomach decide that it is not good, we sick. Okay, so he go away, he throw. When arrive in the spleen, it's transformed in something that is good for us. And for example, if the food arrive in the meals, in the spleen, and but it's not a food, it's an experience, and we are not sure if this is experience is good or not good. We start there and we think what we do with this. We transform, and this chi go up, or we will leave this experience here, or we put out, I don't know, and we think, and everything stay in the spleen, and we continue to think. Okay, this is a pathology of the spleen, to think too much. And usually it's a person that can't sleep, because before to go to sleep she start to think, and she can't stop to think. Okay, it means that it's something that I can transform. I can't digerire, I can't I don't know, I can transform. Okay, it's not digested, it's indigested. Okay, then after the Gucci, okay, so what happened? The spleen, we saw, transform this chi in Gucci, this food in Gucci, and the chi go up. She put the chi up in the chest. Okay, what happened here? Here arrive the chi of the lung. The lung, of course, it's the organ responsible to the breath. So what happened? In the world, we have the Tian Qi. What is the Tian Qi? Tian Qi means the Qi of the heaven. Okay? It's around. We breathe, and this Qi come inside us with the lung. Here it's become the Qi of the lung. It's a different Qi. If two persons are in the same place, don't breathe the same Qi. Because when the Tian Qi comes inside, it's become my Qi. And it's different from your Qi. Okay? And this kind of Qi is called Qing Qi. In fact, here what there is right. The Tian Qi is the heaven Qi. It's a climatic, okay? It's generally energy. Everywhere there is the Tian Qi. But when you breathe, you use a poor part of Tian Qi that you absorb by the lung. It's become your Qi, okay? And it's different. In fact, outside, it's called Tian Qi. Inside is Qin Qi. It's the same origin, but it's a different energy. Here, there is again the same question of the spleen, of the Gucci. We don't breathe only air, but experience too. Sometimes we say this area is no good. Okay, I don't breathe a good area. I can feel a good area in this room. Okay. So it's important to understand that it's not only material, but it's an energy. Okay. Okay. So what's happened? We have the Tian Qi, which becomes Qin Qi inside the lung, and it's on the chest. And then we have the Qi of the spleen, the Gu Qi. The Gu Qi and the Qi of the lung in the thorax meet, and they make a kind of Qi. It's called Zong Qi. Okay, here we can see again the ideograms, and this part means a cover. And here, this one, it's a symbol of altar. What means? It means all together ancestral origin. In fact, this kind of chi sometimes is called ancestral chi. Not zong chi, but ancestral chi. This is because it's right in the ideogram. Okay? And this word ancestral give the idea of the origin under a roof of ancestral line. Okay? Now, this chi is on the thorax, and it's responsibly of the breathing, a good breathing. Of course, it's the good chi plus the chin chi. Okay, it's the zong chi. It's important for a good breath, but it's important for the blood too. And now we can understand why. And it's important for the voice, because this chi is here, okay? So it commands the voice, the breath, and of course here there is the heart, so the blood. It's very important. Okay, so here we can understand better. We have the lungs, okay, and here arrive the Tianqi inside the lungs with breath, and it's become Qing Qi, okay? In the spleen arrive the food that the stomach chews. He transform this food, and what she decide that it's good for us become Gucci. The Gucci goes up in the chest and meet the Qing Qi. In the chest, they join and they make the Zong Qi. It's the Qi, the ancestral Qi. Okay? Is okay here? Okay. Now, what happened? Okay, we have the Zong Qi in the chest, but this Qi is not complete. Okay. Now we have another kind of Qi. This is called Yuan Qi. The Yuan Qi is very, very important because it's the original of primordial energy. It's become from the Jing of the prenatal heaven. It's the Jing that your parents gives you when you birth. Okay. It's okay. It's right here. It's a transformation of pre-heaven Jing. The important things is that this original kind of Qi is supported, remember, supported by post-heaven Jing. What it means? That you have the pre-heaven Jing that, of course, your parents gives you, okay? You have this and no more, okay? But if you have a post-heaven Jing good, the pre-heaven Jing lives more. Is okay? This is a very important because it's the post-event jing means what we eat, what we breathe, how we sleep, if we sleep enough, how we live, how is our relation, okay? And this is important to preserve the pre-event jing, because you have only this and no more. It's important to preserve well what they give to you, okay? It's like they give you when you burn some money for the emergency, okay? But if you every day take this money, after 1 month you are enough, and you did, okay? But if you live there and you eat well and you work a lot, so you have more money, you don't use this, so you can live more and better. So it's very, very important. Is okay? And if we look the ideogram, this is a very interesting ideogram, because here there are two lines which means her. Do you remember? Yin and yang. Her, here, it's the sky, it's the heaven. And down, this one is the heart. So it's the heart that sustains the sky. But it's the number 8 too. The number 8 has this ideogram, and the number 8 represents all the direction. In fact, it's the number for the infinity, and it's the number of particular meridians which call you say extraordinary meridian, that are different from the meridian that we can use when we do the treatment. Okay, these are the first meridian which burn after the conceptment, and they give you the life. Okay, and they are 8. This number is very important. It's important in all the religion. For example, our, come si chiama, battistero?
Battista, no.
Battistero has 8 a 8 lati.
8 sides, you know,
yeah, because the number 8 is the infinity.
Battista, you know, like in Italy, you have the main church, and then sometimes you have a little church where they do baptism, where they baptize, or they used to baptize children or people. And used to be a separate building with octagonal base.
A chapel.
8 sides. Like you have in Florence, you know, you have the main Duomo, the main church, cathedral, and then you have the Baptister there in front, which is another building, specially built for baptism.
Yes, because the number 8 means infinity. Okay? And of course, this chi is very important, because give us the I say the force to live. Okay, it's the foundation of the kidney chi. What this mean? That we saw before the jing, the prenatal jing, the postnatal jing. These are two kinds of trees and of substance, sorry, and they are in the kidney. The kidney has the postnatal jing, the prenatal jing. Okay. And of course, it's the most important chi, which govern and the transformation of all the other chi. It's the most important. I do an example. When you eat an apple, it's an apple. It's an apple for me, for you, for everyone. But when the apple become inside and then go to the spleen take what she want, go up, meet the lung, the chi of the lung, and then arrive the yuan chi, this apple becomes a part of my body. Okay? So it's important because it's transform what you bring in a part of your body. It's like the DNA. Okay? So the apple becomes a part of your body, but this is how she become, it's depend from your DNA. Is okay? If there is something not clear, tell me, because it's not easy. And maybe next year, I don't know if this year or when we'll see some particular point which are called UN point, which where you can you say you can feel or you can work with this kind of chi. Okay, there are special points where you can contact the yuan chi. Okay. Okay, and now we understand why what I say before. Okay, I say I breath and air come inside and it's become the chi of the lung. Okay, so chin chi. I eat some food and some experience too, and the spleen make this food in gu chi. Okay, so one from the air, the other one from the food. They arrive to the chest, they meet, and they make the zong chi. Okay? What happened now? Now arrive the yuan chi. The yuan chi is my, you can think to my DNA, how I am. Okay? Meet the zong chi and they make the zen chi. Is okay? What mean zen chi? Zen chi, it's translated to true chi. Okay. And now we try to understand why. Okay, true chi. If again we look at the ideogram, the up part means she 10, she in Chinese, 10 in English. If you remember, I told you there is the number 1. The number 1 divided in the number 2. The number 2 gives the number 3. The number 3 gives the 10,000 people. So 10 means we arrive at the complete, we are complete. Okay? Is okay? The part down means eyes. eyes because we can see clear. So how we can translate all of this? It's all the ideogram means absolute true. It's what we can see clear, okay? It's our energy. This kind of chi is the chi that we can find in the meridians, in the organ, in the muscle, in the skin, because she nurses the meridian, nurses the organs. And it's important for all our mental function and give the right definition to the body. And now we understand why, because, okay, we go again back. Okay. Look, we have the Zong Qi plus Yang Qi give the true Qi. This Qi divided into Rong Qi and Wei Qi. Rong Qi, someone call Yin Qi, but I prefer to call Rong Qi because it's easy to do a mistake with Ding, with other sound. So I think that Rong Qi is better, okay? The Rong Qi is more internal Qi. You find this Qi in the meridian, and they know this kind of chi is the function of this kind of chi is to give nourishment to the organ and to the body. Okay, the other chi is the Wei Qi. The Wei Qi is different from the other one because it's more fast and it's an external Qi, which gives protection. Now, we understand that there are two different kinds of Qi. One, it's internal, it's nourish, so maybe it's in. The other one, it's fast, it's external, so it's a yang Qi. Okay? So this is the big difference between the two kinds of Qi. Okay. Rong Qi. Rong Qi is nutritive energy, and who say this? Of course, like for the other one, the ideogram. In fact, here this one it's represent the fire because it's mean something that cook. Here there is a cover, and this it's a kind of month because it means that is something that nourish, which is cooking under a cover. Okay, so something very important which nourish. Okay, and yes, here you can see the other word that sometimes you can find instead of Rong Qi, Yong or Ing, but I say I prefer Rong Qi, but you can choose to do what you want to do. And it's important because it's circular in the meridian and nourish the organ. Later we saw what is the difference about the she's more slowly respect to the Wei Qi because it's more in. And in fact, is she need 24 hours to make a complete circle in all the organ, and in this way he made the circadian clock, and then we saw what it means. Okay, the Wei Qi, we say that it's a faster Qi, and of course it's right always in the ideogram. This is a ideogram, you say, a more simple ideogram. The original one is different, and here in the original one there are 2 feet that walk in a cross way, and because this means that it's very fast energy, but there are another part down, which means you say later, thick skin, because it means that it's a defense. Sorry.
Leather, pelle?
Sì, thick skin.
Thick.
Yes, there is the symbol of the leather and the feet. So it's quickie, but it's a defensive energy. But it's a very fast defensive energy. Okay, and this is the big difference with the other one. So it's more young, and is she protected the body from the external attack, okay, from the energy which come from out, and it's important because it's regulated the body temperature and the temperature of the organ, of course. And okay, this is not important. You give the radiance to the skin because the skin it's an element. Okay, you can see how the way she is with the skin, with the color of the skin, with the kind of the skin, if the skin is dry or not. Maybe it's depends from the Wei Qi. Okay. Okay. We say that the wrong Qi make how you say, a circle in 24 hours. The Wei Qi 25 times during the day, 25 times during the night. What it means? That during the day, the Wei Qi is out to protect the skin, the body from the outside energy, okay? During the night, the Wei Qi go inside to protect the organ, because when you sleep, you need to protect the organs inside, okay? This is very important because if the Wei Qi doesn't go inside, you don't sleep, okay? And why you don't sleep? Because the organs that, don't have the right protection. So if you sleep, well, it can happen something wrong to the organ. Okay, so it's important that in the evening, the Wei Qi comes down. Okay, and this is the circle of the Wei Qi during the night. She starts with the kidney, when it goes in the heart, in the lung, in the liver, in the spleen, and in the pancreas, and then again in the kidney, and so. for 25 times. Maybe I forgot I put it the next time, the circadian circle. Yeah, I forgot. I'll give you the next time how the wrong chi, but I can explain you now if you want, but you can't read. We say that the wrong chi nourish the different organs during the day, okay? And it's we say that it starts with the lung, to nourish the lung in a specific time of the day. Why the lung? Because when we burn, the first thing that we do is the breath. Okay, so we start to live with the breath, and the time of the lung and the viscera, large intestine, it's for the lung from the 3 in the morning to the 5 in the morning. The large intestine from the 5 to the 7 in the morning. Then start the heart with the stomach. It's from, but next time maybe I do the slide, so it's bad, it's more easier. But it's important that you know that there is this circle, it's calling the circadian clock, and where the wrong chi nourish the specific organ of visceral. In this time, the wrong chi is maximum. Okay, the quantity of energy of this element is at the maximum. Okay, but I'll do it the next time. And this is important. For example, if you have a problem, okay. For example, if you have a person that every day in that time has the same problem. So you can go to look in that time, which is the organ, and you can think so maybe there is something wrong in this organ. I do an example. If you are asthmatic, you have a lot of problem in the morning between the 3 and the 5 o'clock. Okay, this is the times where an asthmatic people has usually some problem with the asthma. Okay? Okay. Of course, there is the good energy, there are the bad energy, of course. And this particular energy is pathogenic, is calling pathogenic energy, Xie. And here again, you can see the ideograms. If you see, this kind of ideogram is like the ideogram of the yin and the yang, because in both the case, it means a place. In the yin and the yang is a hill. Here is a place where he go in the body. Okay, and the other part means a tooth or tip, and it's something which can penetrate the skin, the body, and give problems to the person. Okay, and these are energy which are you say joined to the universe, normal quality of energy, like wind, like cold, heat. It's normal. But if it's enough, it's become pathogenic wind, pathogenic cold, heat, and so. And this can come inside your body and create some problem. We saw before, for example, what means a pathogenic wind in case of problem of the hood. Okay, if for example we have some problem with the kidney, for example, the cold become very dangerous for us. Okay, and so. In fact, here there is a represent the disturbing aspect of the chi. It's an external force that becomes diseasy. Of course, it's become a disease if inside there is not a balance. We just saw this because we say the wind is okay, but it's become a problem if our hood is not in balance. The cold is okay, but of course it's become a problem if there is something wrong. Okay, and so it's a normal energy which become pathogenic if we have a problem and we cannot react to this kind of energy. What's wrong? I don't know what's wrong.
What happened?
I don't know. Condivisione schermo. Ah, mi si è chiuso tutto. Ok, now I try again. I don't know what's happened. Sorry. Ok, no. Ah, non mi si condivide più, perché? Ok. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, there is some question. Everything is okay. Do you want to see something more? Are you tired? Maybe yes. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it could be a good place to finish the evening, I think.
Yeah, because later maybe there is the jing, but I think
No,
it's
no, no, no,
better.
no.
Yeah, now I check, but I think this okay. So everything is clear, is okay. So there is the chi of the lung, okay, that we take with the breath, the chi of the spleen. So what we eat or what of the experience, they all become inside the body. They arrive to the chest and they make the zong chi. The zong chi is responsible of our kind of breath, of our voice, okay, and help the heart with its job because it's on the chest, okay. Then there is the yuan chi, which is the chi which become from our parents. Of course, here you can have some problem which become from a genetic problem, okay? If you have a genetic problem, you have a problem to here in the yuan chi. Is okay? And the yuan chi meet the zong chi, and now it's become the true chi because it's my chi. And it's different from every kind of chi of other person, other people. The Zen chi is important because she gives the wrong chi, she divided into yin and yang, because we have always in every part of the body this two different type of energy yin and energy yang. So the Zen chi divided into yin chi, which is slow, which inside it has the characteristic of the yin. And then there is the other one, which is the wei chi, which has the characteristic of the yang. So it's fast, it's warm, okay? So there are two different energy which you can find in two different places. One is inside, and it's inside the meridians. The other one is outside. It's under the skin, between the skin and the muscle, okay? And gives protection to the body. Protection from what? From the external pathogenic chi. If the wei chi is good, the pathogenic can come inside. If it's not good, everything comes inside, okay? The difference is that it's slow. So to make one circle, this kind of chi needs 24 hours. This is very fast. And to make all is circle, it need less time. So she make the circle 25 times in the day and 25 times in the night, because it's very, very fast. Okay? And then maybe we finish. So we are the wrong chi, the wei chi.
Okay, I think this is a good place to wrap up, to end up for tonight.
Yeah.
If you have any questions also later on, you can always, write into the WhatsApp group. Okay. And we'll send you the PDF of.
No, they just have this because I give all.
You gave already the PDF.
Yeah, they have this, then the Jing and the Shan, maybe. It's true?
So, just create a folder and save it somewhere, in your computer so that you have it as your study material. And at one point, we will send you also a little test just to recap everything. Just you put your mind into it to just have a recap of the main ideas, like very schematic. And that's it. Okay. So I'm gonna finish here the recording.
Have a good night to all.